The Middlesex Church of God traces its origin to a tent revival conducted in the Spring Hope community in 1917. The Church of God was rather small in North Carolina at this time. From this tent revival, a church was set in order on Route 1, Spring Hope, the 14th Church of God organized in the state of North Carolina. Reverend Blant Brantley served as first pastor. The congregation held services 3 times on Sundays, 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 7 o'clock in the evening. Horses and wagons brought most of the early attendees to the church services. Because of the 3 services, many brought their lunches and stayed all day on the property, worshiping and visiting with each other. The entire day was dedicated to worship and church activities. Services were also held on Wednesday nights and on Saturday evenings. The 1919 minutes of the General Assembly of the Church of God list 41 members of the Spring Hope Church of God. In early 1923, General Overseer A.J. Tomlinson visited the area and preached at the Spring Hope Church. Tomlinson stayed in the home of Fed Stone during this visit. A division of the church occurred in the summer of 1923, and a group from the Spring Hope Church started services in a tent just across from the present church building on Highway 231 near Middlesex. Charter members of the newly organized 1923 Middlesex Church of God included Arvie and Lydia Brantley, Clem and Lola Deans, Ella Deans, Isaac and Mary Hinton, Oda Hopkins, Cliff and Rada Medlin, Iola Murray, and Fed Stone. Clem Deans served as the first pastor of this congregation. A short time later, several others joined the growing congregation, including Dwight and Dottie Lee Stone, Jim and Letty Stone, Tassie Cone, Jessie Cone, Betsy Griffin, Mamie and Hassel Cone, Charity and Daisy Glover, Willie and Minnie Vick, Candace Whitley, Millie Lewis, Charity Bryant, and Nettie Pace. The original officers of the new church were Clem Deans pastor, Rada Medlin clerk, Arvie Brantley Sunday school superintendent, and Tassie Cone secretary. Church services were conducted in homes of the members until a church building could be erected. Arvie Brantley gave the first acre of land to the church, and a building was planned. Arvie Brantley had cut timber to construct his own home. However, he felt so strongly about the need for a church building that he donated his logs for the construction of the new church. Members sawed logs and constructed the church in stages. Arvie Brantley, Willie Vick, Farrah Vick, Odie Hopkins, and Jim Stone donated logs and materials for the first church building. Clem Deans crafted and built the first pews for the new church. Several logs were placed out in front of the church, and this became a favorite place for young people to congregate and court. Music was provided by pump organ played by Lola Deans. It was not unusual for the congregation to stand around the pump organ and sing hymns during the services. Lighting was provided by oil lamps and heat by a pot-bellied stove. When a piano was purchased for the church, Iola Murray served as pianist. A favorite trio in the early days consisted of Iola Murray, Cliff Medlin, and Jim Stone. From the beginning, God blessed the congregation, and many were added to the church. The early issues of the Evangel, the Church of God's weekly publication, contained numerous articles of testimonies, healings, revival reports, and accounts of the blessings of God being poured out on the local congregation. In 1943, Sister Odie Hopkins organized the First Ladies Ministries group in the church. Iva Dean served as the first secretary, and Iola Murray served as leader of the ladies in the late 40s and 50s. Over the years, the Middlesex ladies have contributed greatly to the ministry and mission of the local church. A home for the pastor was constructed next to the church in the early 40s. Pastor Herman Smith led a parsonage remodeling project in 1953. During this time, an indoor bathroom was added to the parsonage. In 1958, the church building was refurbished and new pews were purchased for the sanctuary under the leadership of Pastor L.F. Hare. Under the direction of Pastor Walter Barrick, a brick Sunday school annex was constructed in the early 60s. By the 70s, growth demanded a new facility. J.W. Stone donated land and served as general contractor to construct the new sanctuary. The building committee consisted of I.H. Hinton, Floyd Whitley, Donald Stone, Rudy Perry, Harold Stone, Dolliver Hopkins, and Jim Stone. Pastor Eugene Powers led the project, which resulted in the construction of a new brick sanctuary attached to the Sunday school building. Groundbreaking was held on September 29, 1974, and the new sanctuary was dedicated on August 24, 1975, by General Overseer Wade H. Horton. Following the completion of the sanctuary, a spacious new parsonage was constructed just north of the church building in 1977. The beautiful brick facility served as home for 6 pastors. The parsonage was remodeled into an office complex in 2003 to accommodate the growing needs of the church. Under the supervision of Pastor Dale Brown, the church constructed a large family life center connected to the other properties. The building committee for the Family Life Center consisted of J.D. Burnett, Grady Goodman, I.H. Hinton, Donald Stone, Tony Stone, and Andy Sullivan. Groundbreaking occurred in July 1992, and the new building was occupied in February 1993. This Family Life Center contained Sunday school rooms, a fully equipped kitchen, and a large gymnasium. In July 1997, Pastor David Whitley led the congregation in a note-burning ceremony to mark the retirement of debt on the church facilities. Because of the faithfulness of the Middlesex congregation, the Family Life Center was debt-free in less than 5 years. Because of growth of the congregation, Pastor Steve Edmondson began 2 Sunday morning services in 2006. The Sunday services were moved into the Family Life Center on Easter Sunday 2008 in order to accommodate the continuing growth of the congregation. This expanded facility has provided adequate room for growth and has enhanced the ministries of the Middlesex Church of God. Over the years, the Middlesex Church of God has been served by 26 pastors and has been a shining beacon of light to the Middlesex and surrounding communities. The current leadership consists of Pastor Tracy and Lisa Stone and their son TJ. Leadership also includes John and Callie Bouye as youth pastors and Anthony and Gail Hatchell as children's pastors, also including Scott and Lindsay Slade as connection pastors. With a history of 100 years, the MidPoint Church, previously Middlesex Church of God, is poised for explosive growth and ministry in the 21st century. Our beacon of light shines brighter than ever throughout our region. We are dedicated to offer to our community love, acceptance, and forgiveness.